Greetings Helldivers, today we're gonna talk about the missile pistol, aka the P-pistol. Let's go! Even though the missile pistol is labeled as medium pen secondary, it is not only AP3. If we look at the stats in the wiki, you can actually see that the missile is anti-tank 1, which is AP5, and only the explosion, which deals 300 damage, has armor penetration of 3, which is medium pen. Also, the missile deals 1000 damage, both durable and normal damage, and you have 3 spare missiles with 1 in the gun. The missile pistol has 2 types of fire, the lock-on mode and the free fire mode. On the lock-on mode, you can lock on to anything starting from the medium enemies, let's say the Devastator, all the way up to the bosses, which for now it's only Hive Lord, and the maximum range for you to lock onto is 100 meters. When it comes to the grounded heavies, it's pretty irrelevant as it will take anywhere from 2 rockets all the way up to 4 rockets, which is the max you can carry without siege ready. And you of course cannot do one-taps on the grounded enemies. But on the flying enemies it is pretty nice, because first of all you don't have to drag your crosshair around them and adjust to the distance, you know, this stuff. You can just shoot and the missile will go to them themselves. And it can one-tap most of the flying enemies. There is one exception, which is the Shriekers, as to the Shriekers it just can't lock on, as they are the light enemies. But it's able to on its own destroy the whole patrols of the gunships, let's say, as it has just enough ammo for that. But the true magic starts when you use the free firing mode, as now you can actually aim. This allows for you to aim for the weak spots, which either one-taps the enemy or allows for an easy kill. And really this thing alone is what changes this gun so much, because if it only had a local mode, it would be basically a worse Ultimatum with a little better ammo economy, but it would overall suck. Although now, when you can actually aim at the weak spots and one-tap the enemies or, well, make an easy frag, as I just said, it is way more useful and it's a safe alternative to the Ultimatum, just with a little bit more learning curve. Also, while using the free firing mode, unlike with the lock-on mode, you can shoot behind you, as you don't have to lock onto something and wait. You can just tap the button behind you and shoot at the enemy. The missile pistol is a weapon for the heavy enemies, as anything smaller than a heavy is going to be a waste, and anything bigger, the elites and the boss, are way too tanky for the missile pistol to take them on its own. You can finish off those enemies, but I wouldn't use the missile pistol as the main way to kill them. And lastly, it can even close backholes. Let's put the missile pistol into practice, and starting with the automaton front, here is just amazing for any sort of heavy they throw at you. The Hulk is one shot either to the back or to the eye, which is not that hard to hit, or it will take 2 missiles to take down anywhere. The tank can be taken down in 1 rocket when it comes to the upper heatsink, and it will take 2 rockets on the lower one, which I don't think will be the case if not for the previous patch with the buff to it. The Worst Trader is also going to be one shot on any of these little weak spots, but I say it's better to aim at the waist and take it down with 2 missiles, as it's just way easier. And of course, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago, it's just perfect for taking down the gunships, using all of its ammo to take the 1 patrol, although it's worth it because, well, it's the easiest way to take them down. It also can take down multiple side objectives and the fabricators, either one-shotting to the vent, or it will take 3 missiles outside of the vent to any point of the fabricator. And the only thing I would not advise it to use against is the factory strider, unless it's really low and you have to kill it, as there is not any valuable weak spot for it, and still it will take all of the ammo for single enemy, which is not promised it will be dead after. Also, I think it would be able to take down the dropship, but it will take either 2 or 3 missiles, and because of the missile swaying in the air, I keep missing, because also the gunship wobble. Although still, even if I would not miss, I know skill issue, it wouldn't be a perfect way to do it. Next up we have the Illuminate, and here once again you have couple of neat uses for the missile pistol. Both the Elevated Overseer and the Watcher, only to the center of mass, are going to die in just 1 missile, although I say Warrant, which also is a local weapon, would do a better job against those 2. The Flash Mob takes only 2 missiles anywhere, but once again, even though it's not bad, I say we have better means to kill this guy with, And where it starts to shine is the Harvester. Being able to one-tap this guy either to the very small weak spot on the eye or to the leg joint. Although the Harvester moves a lot and the rocket sways in the air, as I said, so to get the most consistent effects, use the bottom of that circle around your crosshair to shoot the leg joints, as it's going to be the easiest to take down the leg joint this way. It also is a great way to take down the Stingrays, being able to kill them in one shot during one strafing run, because it locks on quick enough and well, has enough damage to take them down. It also is great help against the Appropriators, being able to one-tap them by shooting off their pilot or being able to rip off their hands in only one missile, or you can just shoot 2 missiles onto the Vericitor anywhere, or 3 missiles onto the Gatekeeper also anywhere. Lastly, from the enemies, you can finish off the Leviathan, but of course it's not going to be the best, although once I did. Just showing off really. The mini spear is unable to kill the warp shifter from the outside, but it is enough to take them down from the inside. And lastly, you have to keep in mind that the missile pistol is not good against the shield, as you waste the whole missile to take down the shield of the Harvester, but I think it will take even 2 rockets to take down the shield of the overship, so just keep in mind to take something automatic with you for the shield. Lastly, we have the Terminids, and here most of the time you will be using it against the Charger. By shooting anywhere, the Charger will die in 3 missiles, but you can actually strip off their armor with 1 rocket and expose weak flesh, which can be dealt with your primary, allowing for an easy kill. The best target while stripping the armor off are going to be the front legs, as during shooting them, you will also stop them if they are charging at you and staggering them for a second. So not only you have an easier kill, you can also stagger them and be safe. The only variant of the Charger that you cannot do it with is the Stinky Charger, as they just for some reason do not lose their armor, but they will take 2 rockets to the head. But if you really want to one-tap the Charger, you can just shoot off their butt and it will either die instantly or have to bleed out. The second enemy you're gonna be using it against and will feel like a great job is going to be an Impaler, one-tapping them into the forehead, but well, to be fair, they die to anything, so no big surprise. When it comes to the Bi-Titan, you can aim at the head and it will take 2 or 3 shots, but I don't say it's the best way to kill them, and actually probably aiming at their butt it's going to be better, but I'm not sure how many shots it takes. Usually I just finish them off or deal some damage to support somebody else with actual anti-tank weapon when it comes to the Bi-Titan. You can of course close the backholes with this one, as I said in the usage part, although it is not enough to destroy the Bi-Titan hull, as it doesn't have enough demolition force. And the last thing you're gonna use it against really on this front are the Sport Towers and the Shrieker Towers, each taking 2 shots to be broken, but of course you can shoot from any distance from the non-lock-on mode and don't lose any damage, so it's a pretty easy takedown of those side objectives. Lastly, the equipment advisory section, and since the missile pistol is already a very good anti-tank weapon on its own, we only have the elites to worry about. So let's take stuff that can one-tap them, and for bugs and for the Illuminate it's going to be Orbital Rail Cannon Strike, which can one-tap anything they throw at you, with exception of Leviathan on the Illuminate front and the Hive Lord on the Terminid front, but they are barely one-tapped with anything, with the Hive Lord not being one-tapped by anything. And for the automatons, since the Orbital Rail Cannon Strike is not enough to kill the Factory Strider in one tap, it's going to be a recoilless rifle, which indeed can kill in one tap the Factory Strider to the eye. But if you are facing the Cyborgs, both the Orbital Rail Cannon Strike and the recoilless rifle are going to be equally good against the Vox engines, as the only thing that can one-tap them is the portable Hellbomb or the normal Hellbomb, and well, the quickest way except for that to kill them is going to be just throwing grenades into their vent. And that was all I had to say about this weapon. I really did not expect it to be either this good or this fun when I've seen the trailer, but it is, and honestly I am going to use it way more than I am using the Ultimatum, as it's just more fun than the Ultimatum. But I will be seeing you in the next one. See ya, Helldivers!